So when I looked at the state of the world right now and everything going on, I wanted to create a video trying to make everyone feel better. And what I wanted to focus on was you and your intuition. Because you watching this video, are also connected to the divine via your higher self and the collective consciousness. So there is a part of your soul that is all-knowing. And that's the part of your soul that I'm trying to get you in touch with so that you can self-soothe amidst all the pandemonium and all the craziness going on with our country right now. I'm trying to get you guys to self-soothe, because I can make my little videos and I can do my little social media posts, but really it comes down to you and your own gut feelings, your own thoughts, inclinations, images that you're seeing, maybe like words that you're hearing. When you focus your mind on him and you focus on your thoughts on him, like either while you're driving or doing dishes or just relaxing, mindlessly folding laundry, and you're in a calm, loving state, and you think about D to the T. Like, what are you getting? What information are you getting? What are you, even saying out loud, I don't know, I just feel like blah, 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 and see what words come out. Because that's inviting your intuition to come out of you and hopefully tell you the real story of what's going on. This man before you is nothing but an actor in a play. What you see is an illusion. His power is an illusion. He is playing a role, and he's teaching everyone quite well, if you ask me. He's slapping everyone across the face right now. So if you never cared about politics before and now you're jumping off the couch protesting things, congratulations. He just did his job, because he just woke you up and he just slapped you across the face. So his platform of separation and bigotry and discrimination is not aligned with the collective consciousness. It's not aligned with how universal energies work. So he does not have the support of the universe in this position. Forces of nature are working against him. He's basically a fish swimming upstream right now. So the divine is not going to allow him to stay president, because it is now a moral issue as opposed to political. So the divine is getting involved. Again, I've mentioned in previous videos, the divine is not happy with our election. He's saying that our election was fraudulent and that we were presented with choices of dark versus dark, and you need to present the United States with a choice of light versus dark. So it was not representative of how free will works, which is why the divine has a huge issue with how this election took place, and he's asking for a second election. So he's saying that he's unhappy with Donald Trump and his decisions, and that because he was brought to this position via impure intentions, he was driven towards this with impure intentions and just egoic decision on top of egoic decision. Now the divine is going to orchestrate some sort of event where he leaves that position and he's embarrassed somehow, like his ego is not preserved. And the divine has decided to make an example out of him to teach people this is what happens when you abuse your power and make egoic decisions. On top of that, the law of attraction just cranked up a notch on this guy. Because he aligned himself with falsities and the dark, he is now an energetic match for bad things. And because his decisions are directly affecting the masses, he's an energetic match for bad things to the 10th power. The law of attraction turns up when your decisions negatively affect the masses. So unfortunately, this guy's going to be in a little bit of trouble here with the divine. He's not going to be very happy. His higher self is currently sending him negative emotion right now. Anxiety, depression, lack of life force energy, because he's considered off path. He is not the United States' highest good. And so the part of his soul that is directly connected to the divine is at war with his lower self, because he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. So that's where the divine is letting you know that he has your back and that he does not stay in this position. So that's why if you guys do a read on his photo, you're going to feel negative emotion from the people that he's hurt, positive emotion from his supporters. And then if you tune into his personal power, it's going to feel like a deflated balloon. It's going to feel absent, like there's nothing there, because he does not have any personal power. His power is an illusion. Like I said, he just feels like an actor in a play. So that's where the divine is trying to make you guys feel more comfortable, in that he is very temporary in this position, and the divine is coming forward with kind of this like, I know what you did last summer kind of attitude, and letting the U.S. government that they answered letting the U.S. government know that they answer to him. and he is all-knowing and sees everything. So again, this is kind of a battle of light versus dark and right from wrong. This is not really political anymore, it's moral. So if you look around and you see what's going on, you're like, that's not right, that's not right, that's not right. So that's why the divine is asking you to really question your own heart and your own soul. And aside from your intuition, but just your own morality, like, is this okay? And if it's not okay, don't just sit there on a couch, jump up and do something about it. And what the divine is asking you to do is to support Bernie Sanders. I have to be honest with you. The divine's attitude towards the situation is actually really funny. He doesn't acknowledge him as president at all. He thinks our mortal ceremonies are cute, but he's basically vetoing the whole situation. He's just like, no, he's not your president. He goes, your president's over there. And he pointed at Bernie Sanders and said that he is our highest good. It's his sole contract. It's his life purpose. Bernie cares. Bernie has pure intentions. It's his heart-focused work. It's what he's supposed to be doing. And so Bernie is not only our highest good, but he makes us extremely, extremely powerful as a nation. So that's why the divine is like not even acknowledging him, as he's like, that's not your president. Your president's over there. So it is funny that there's so many people saying, not my president, not my president. I'm like, yep, he's not. He's nobody's president. So, like I said, the divine's being extremely dismissive of our inauguration day. Like, could not care less. He's like, that's nice. Sorry, no. I have to essentially rescue the United States from itself. So he's honoring our free will in the process, but he's also trying to like, hey guys, this is like really, really good for you. Just so you know. So the unity and the morality that Bernie's platform brings to everybody, it like draws us closer together as a group, and you know, we're just joining hands and singing kumbaya by the end of it. Basically good foreign policy, good, you know, foreign relations, that kind of thing. So it's not just the United States, it's the globe. You know, we come together as a globe, and it's just one big reminder. But of course, the divine, he's a teacher, all about teach, teach, teach. So this dude does not exit stage left without teaching people stuff. So that's why the divine's going to make an example out of him and saying, this is what happens when you make egoic decisions and abuse your power, much like he did with Hillary Clinton. He made an example out of her, saying this is what happens when you abuse your power and are guilty of racketeering. So his I know what you did last summer thing was also present with Hillary, where he's like, I'm watching you, FYI, you answer to me. He's doing the same thing to Mr. Trump now. So it's kind of like, next. But yeah, unfortunately, just the abuse of power, you know, like I've said in previous videos, if you're in a position of power, please don't abuse it. But anyway, another thing they were saying is that they wanted me to watch the interview between him and David Muir at the White House. And I watched his answers closely. I watched how he answered David Muir's questions very closely. And I did used to date a narcissist, and I did see my ex-boyfriend in Mr. Trump. I saw the lack of empathy, lack of compassion, the art of self-promotion. In his answers, he would insert little, like, you know, braggadocio comments in there, promoting himself, and he's kind of a salesman. So I definitely saw some narcissistic tendencies in that interview. I noticed that he kept talking about crowd size, and it was really funny because at one point David Muir was like, okay, I'm not going to talk about crowd size anymore. It was actually really amusing for me, who has, you know, plenty of experience with narcissists, so I could spot that in him. But I also know how dangerous that is to have somebody with no empathy and no compassion for people at the helm of the ship. That's extremely, extremely problematic. So the good news is the divine has our back, and that's why he's asking all of you guys to tune into your own intuition and just ask you, does this guy feel like your president? Like when you tune your mind onto him during meditation or whatever, like, does he feel like your president? Because God is saying that he's not. It's actually Bernie Sanders, and he encourages everyone to feel the burn because he's awesome. Okay, that's it. And in the meantime, take care and be well. I hope this video helped you. Don't stress. Everything will be fine.